This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Dude, I was listening to the podcast. That's just hilarious. I appreciate you mentioning not spreading yourself too thin, you know. It's like Nutella. You just can't spread it too thin. Nobody likes thin Nutella.
I mean, I'm sure there are people that actually love thin Nutella. Just not me.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, apparently Ed, he doesn't like it either. That was Ed. He's the one who called the governor, or not called her, but said, oh yeah, she's thicker than a Snicker. He's a big fan.
He is a big fan.
He's a big fan. 11th of October, 2020. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield. Joining me in the studio, guest? No. Oh, co-host.
Co-host.
I forget you were gone for so long.
It was like 2 episodes that I was gone.
Yeah, it's a lot. Marney, listen. Marney, welcome.
Thank you.
We're doing the podcast a little early today, as I mentioned in the podcast last night, which I was not a big fan of last night's podcast. I was really tired. It was just, I don't know. I thought after we got done with it, I was like, let's just delete that. Like, I don't even know. And you're like, no. Publish it, post it, do whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure I've had worse. So I did, whatever. But I just wasn't a fan of it. And yeah, like Ed mentioned, I did talk about spreading myself too thin. And, you know, when I have a bunch of things going on and I try to give a little effort to each one of them, I'm not giving maximum effort to any of them. And things seem to slip through the cracks. So in order to rectify that, I decided, well, let's knock the podcast out early today. Mm-hmm. You know, get my school work done, enjoy a little fantasy football, have some pizza or something. And I mean, who knows what else, but well, I mean, maybe that's already happened. Who knows? You know, maybe I'm not on top of it today. Get it? But I mean, I'm just starting to practice what I preach. And, you know, this week it'll be a little bit more calm. I'm going to have some special guests on. Going to talk with a woman from and I don't think I'm getting this wrong, but it could be the National Eating Disorders Association, because last week I was doing my psychology homework and it was talking about eating disorders, and the videos I was watching is just like, wow, like these people are saying the same things that people like us say, and they were even saying we're in recovery, and I'm like, wait, yeah, like I want to talk to these people, just like the sexual addiction stuff. Like I'll talk to somebody about that one day too, but this is just another avenue. It's like, hey, these are our people. You know, we like to be around people like us, like-minded individuals, and you know, people that are serious in their recovery. I'm all about it, man. I'll hang out with them all day. It's just how we're built,
right?
So,
same thing as like downplaying another addiction within an addiction, like substance abuse. You know, like alcoholics versus, you know, hard drug addicts. You know, like they have an addiction, but it's not really an addiction. No, it is. You know, same thing with eating disorders, gambling, sex, you know, things like that. If it consumes your brain. Yeah. Yep.
I had a guy just the other day tell me, man, you alcoholics got it the worst. He was like, 'cause I used to drink and then I started doing this and that. And he was like, yeah, he's like, nothing compares to the withdrawal from alcohol. And I wasn't like, yeah, I know, bro. But it was just like, yeah, you know. And so, yeah, some of them, you know, are a little bit harder to come off of. But the addiction that controls us, like you said, you know, gambling, doesn't matter, sex, it's the same. So, and maybe eating. You know, I can't wait to learn more about that. Mm-hmm. I think, you know, learning more about things is something I like to do. But the week should be pretty chill, though. I mean, that gets on Tuesday. My brother and sister-in-law and their 2 daughters are coming to Traverse City on Thursday. And, of course, my mom and my stepfather, they're coming Thursday. And it'll be a good little weekend. You know, I took the weekend off from the part-time job. Mm-hmm. And I think it'll be relaxing. Even though, as I say that, it's like, oh, well, I'm busy Monday and Tuesday already, like with other stuff. And it's like, but I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let it this week get behind. I'm like I said, with having one less duty with the part-time job, I'm thinking it'll be a lot easier. We'll see.
Right.
You know, like I don't have to focus on that this week at all. Mm-hmm. Whereas like last week, it's like, oh, and then, hey, can you come in this day? And it's like, no, I can't. I'm already busy that day. And kind of feeling bad. And then, hey, will you change your schedule to come in this time? I'm like, I don't want to change my schedule. Change it to 0. I don't know, man. But I think it'll be a good test week.
Yeah.
To see, like, well, am I just bad at managing my time? Or are things really coming at me 90 miles an hour in a bunch of different directions? But still, how do I cope with that?
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, too, like, there are things I kind of dig myself into. Like, for instance, when I reached out to the Kalamazoo Coffee Company, because I think it'd be a great idea and to raise awareness for people in recovery. And since we're a 501c3, raise some donations where they take, and maybe I'm reaching out to the wrong company. I used to live in Kalamazoo, used to work in Kalamazoo. Their coffee was really good. So there's a lot of perks there. But I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, but I just thought, well, they could easily just make a bag for us, take whatever coffee they want to put in there, just make sure it's good, and call it the 217 recovery coffee or something, or recovery coffee. Well, it doesn't have to be 217, but just something to raise awareness. There's a lot of people in recovery that drink coffee. I think it would be a win-win.
Like almost everybody.
Yeah, and they could, donate $1 for every bag that they sell at Meijer or whatever. And that was a plug there for Meijer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, it's like no-brainer. And then they can write all that off if they want, for donating to a 501c3. And I just thought, hey, no-brainer. And maybe I sent the wrong person an email. I'm not sure. But it's just like, why didn't I hear back from that? So it's like little things like that I created. But I kind of feel like I need to create those opportunities and reach out to those kind of people.
Yeah, but that's part of having 217 grow. And I think it's a great idea. But
it's just one more thing I get into when I'm
I know.
too busy, and then I'm supposed to be doing
I'm
homework.
very well aware.
And that was during my marketing class when I sent that, because I'm like, oh, yeah, because then that's my problem. I'll be in my HTML coding class, and then I'll pull up our website and try to mess with it, and my homework just sits there. I don't ever finish it, because by that time, I don't know, then I'm like, well, by the time it's going to be too late. I can bust my ass and do half-ass effort and still not finish, or I can just go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But the marketing class, I was doing that class. I was like, yeah, I need to reach out, and just happened to be drinking some Kalamazoo coffee. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, this would be a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
But you were going to say something that I...
Oh, I was saying that you're talking about how you always like to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And you quizzed me yesterday.
Oh, on peckers?
On words that maybe I didn't know. Like
the pecker?
Right. Yeah.
Pecker
so
wood,
I looked into a couple different words that you may or may not know.
Because this is actually prepping me for my dictionary off. What do they call it? Dick off? What do they call that?
What?
Oh, spelling bee. No, not spelling bee. What do they call it? Definition off? Dick off?
I don't know.
It's dictionaries. Anyway, with the governor, I threw out that challenge, and she probably will accept it.
Okay. So I just clicked on a random website kind of to get some information just out of, and the website said, if you are over 30, you probably don't know what these words mean.
Okay.
So we probably really don't know what these words mean, right?
Man, I don't know. I was brought into this world.
Yeah.
But mentally, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, keep in mind that these are like urban dictionary words type, slang. So
that's me.
If you're hip, then maybe you know these words, or see if you can use them in a sentence. Okay, so I don't know if I want to start with kind of I think you might know, but I don't.
I know them all.
Okay, so shook.
Mm-hmm.
Shook.
Yeah, shook. You're upset.
Back in the 90s, that's what it meant. So originally in the 90s, it was describing being scared of something, right? So now it's to be overwhelmingly impressed by something. So I was shook. Like you're impressed by something. Somebody surprises you. That's what it means now, these days.
Well, you can't just take a word that's already existing and just change the meaning of it.
That happens all the time.
Nice yellow shirt you got on there.
It happens all the time.
Nice yellow shirt.
That's not even...
I just changed the word yellow and then made it mean gray.
Okay.
That's stupid. You can't do that.
Well, somebody somewhere is doing it.
Well, I refuse.
Okay, well, don't use it.
I'm not conforming to this society.
Okay, how about this?
Whoever's.
How about this? Fire.
It's on fire. Ooh, it's
No,
hot.
that's exactly how you're not supposed to use it.
And it mean, okay.
It does mean it's awesome, but you need to be aware not that when you use it, you don't say something is on fire. You simply say it's fire.
Yeah.
Not on fire. You said on fire.
I said hot.
No,
Good.
you said on fire.
No, I didn't. I
Yes,
said,
you did.
Oh.
Rewind.
Why do you...
Skirt. That's another one. Skirt.
Skirt is another one?
Yeah, it's another word that was on this list.
Well, skirt would mean to avoid.
To bounce.
Yeah.
To leave. To turn around, which is like an onomatopoeia, which is a word that's created that actually sounds like the word is the sound that it makes, like meow.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I heard the sound of it. It's atrocious.
Okay,
I'm
so
doing pretty well so
if somebody
far.
has the
Keeping
sauce,
score. If you got the sauce,
yeah,
the magic. You got the it.
incredibly confident,
Yeah.
stylish,
So, yeah.
or attractive.
Wow, I'm just nailing it.
Describing someone who's well dressed. That's what it means. They have the sauce.
I got that sauce.
Okay. Clout.
Clout. Mm-hmm. It's got that clout. Use it in a sentence.
He's clout. He's very clout.
Arrogant.
No, it actually describes someone who's not just cool, but has the power and influence, has lots of followers.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say, but then the way you said it in the sentence didn't really make sense.
What? If you're clout?
You have clout.
You're clout. I don't know. He's clout.
That almost sounds like he has chlamydia.
That's definitely not what it means. Okay. Finstagram.
A Finstagram? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's when you do a Facebook, Instagram post.
No, it's not. It's putting an F in front of something means it's fake or secret. So a fake Instagram. Finstagram. Or Finfo.
Okay.
Fake information. You're giving some Finfo?
This is a podcast.
Yeah, guess so.
So I thought that was a photo of Whitmer.
No, a fixture.
A fixture?
Fixture.
But it was a
Picture.
photo.
Fake picture.
But what if I want to call it a photo? It doesn't make sense.
It does that one.
Like,
That
see,
one's tricky.
Like this is the problem with kids nowadays, and we're gonna have our hands full when they start hitting the drugs.
Right?
Like this is why we gotta change some shit. You know, we need to make it like, and now they're gonna, and it's better if they want to be in recovery. That's cool, but they don't have to go through the whole addiction thing. You tell them they can skip that, save them a lot of time, a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, if you want to be in recovery, because people are already wanting to be in recovery. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people all the time out there, they're still using it, and they're like, oh, but I'm in recovery. No, bro.
Here's one that I was surprised, well, not surprised by, but I didn't know there'd be a word, like a slang word for it. But if someone says you're woke.
Baby, are you just learning these words?
Okay, go ahead.
Woke.
Yeah.
It means that you are aware of the situation. Like you are, like if I was going to say, hey, 217 Recovery Podcast, they talk about recovery, you know, they're really woke.
Yeah.
Like it means like
You actually used it correctly.
Well,
but this is in reference to being politically aware.
Yeah.
Or really know what's going on.
Because see, a lot of people, they're not woke, and they're like, oh, I'm going to vote for so-and-so. And
Right.
I'm like, well, that person doesn't like you.
Right.
But they're like, no, he does.
Right.
Or they do, or whatever.
How about bae?
That's your boo.
Yeah.
It's your significant other
Mm-hmm.
on the side from your wifey. What? I just added that.
Do you know what the
last
acronym stands for?
part.
Before anyone else.
Whoa.
Whoa. Isn't that cute?
I've only had one bae then.
Aw. That's so cute.
It's Nico.
Oh, ouch. That was rough.
Just kidding.
That was a low blow. And then the one that I really liked was that I haven't heard, but tea.
Like, is there a tit in front of it?
T